breath. Like I always ask comics like a story of getting booed on stage or just like the most epic bomb they've had in their career. What stands out to you?
Well, usually it's funny. Usually people who boo now, it's usually one boo, and it's usually you said something they didn't like. It's like, go fuck yourself, fucking child. Oh, you didn't hear? You got offended? It's like you just laughed at 5 minutes of shit. Me making fun of this guy's face. You're fine with that.
Mm-hmm.
Sure, he wasn't. I'm sure deep down somewhere he was like, this hurts. You know what I mean? But he was laughing at it. But, you don't really get booed anymore.
Well, there's got to be some bombs you've had.
I've had bombs, but, I mean, I deserve them, I shouldn't have been there, Outdoor shit.
Yeah.
I don't really bomb anymore. I do good.
Oh, yeah, this is like in the early days when you're like still trying to figure it out.
Yeah, I mean, I've bombed. The worst, I don't mind. I've had big bombs, but the most terrifying bomb I had was in Buffalo, outside of Buffalo. I did an all-black underground nightclub.
Yes.
And I did black rooms all the time in New York, and I love just all black crowds.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I do. I'm in Atlanta all the time.
Yeah, because if you're funny, you're funny.
Exactly.
They do not want to laugh. They want to laugh, but
Right.
if you stink, you'll know about it.
Yep.
But if you're funny, there's no better, and it doesn't matter what you say. If it's funny, they'll laugh.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember I just was so cocky. I took the train up there, and I remember the guy that picked me up was a legitimate pimp. Like, he was a pimp. He had a big medallion, and he gave me a big bucket of chicken wings. And I was just sitting in the car with like 30 wings in a bucket in this big SUV. And he's like, yeah, most comics, they love those. And I was like, okay. Like, I don't really want wings right now, And he dropped me off at the hotel. And I remember this other guy knocked on the door, a big motherfucker. He came in. I'm here to pay you. And he counted out the cash, $2,500 cash on the bed. He goes, count it. I go, I trust you. He goes, count it. I was like, okay. And 1, 2. And I remember I did this gig, and the kid that went up before me was a local MC. He hated it that I was there. He was like, you're using this fucking piece of shit, and you're not headlining me? And he was mad. He went up and buried me. I went up and bombed. I mean, and then this guy from the back said something, and I started trashing him, and I was getting laughs. So I said, look at you, motherfucker, you fucking toothpick bitch with a fucking wife beater on. Go fuck his. And he charged the stage. They had to grab him. He was literally a murderer. He was like a killer in a gang. And I just was fucking with him. So then I just walked off. Then they had the kid went back up. He goes, I told you this motherfucker. They bring these motherfuckers up. Fuck that. And he started trashing me. They were dying laughing. And this big guy walked up and he goes, yo, you got to go up and you defend yourself. You got to battle. Like it was like Eminem.
Right.
Like I was Rabbit. I was like, no, I'm good. And he goes, no, you have no choice. You got to go defend yours. And he handed me a mic. And as I'm walking up, this kid was trashing me. He's like, nah, man, you going to do this to me, motherfucker? It was a nightmare. So then I stopped. I sat over in this room, and the guy walked up. He goes, I'll be with you in a minute. He was mad. He was mad that he had paid me all this money. And I'm sitting there. For 2.5 hours, it turned into a nightclub. So 2.5 hours, I'm just sitting in this little corner. Finally, I just went to this woman who was dating this guy or whatever, and I said, could I go, please? And she was like, oh, baby, all right. And this guy walked over, and he goes, yo, threw this kid to it like a 14-year-old kid, his little cousin. He goes, drive this motherfucker home. So this little kid drove me home in this big... I was just sitting there, I don't care. I don't care that we get pulled over. I know you don't have a license. He got me back to the hotel. I got my money. I went to the train station. I hid between a soda machine and a vending machine until the train came at like 6:30 in the morning. And I got out of there. It was fucking terrifying.
2,500 cash.
2,500 cash in my sock.
Oh my god.
Waiting for somebody to I was just waiting for a couple cars to pull up. Yo, we're going to need that money back. I was like, all right, here you go.
Yeah.
See you later. I spent 20 on a Coke and a bag of nachos. Yeah, dude, it was bad.
How long into your career was that?
Jeez, man, that had to be the late 1998, 99. Maybe 2000, something around there. You know, it was. I was cocky enough to think I could do anything, and it really brought me back down to earth.
Hot breath.